Good evening, friends. Welcome to the BISP Solutions. This is Rajbhat, and today we are diving into a most powerful but often overlooked part of data management, that is, logic accounts and check groups. Think of them as the internal controls for your data loads. They are what we use to validate our data and prevent bad information from corrupting our reports and the plans. Their main goal is to ensure data integrity. So you might have in doubt that what is logic accounts under the data management. So here we will discuss the most of the things about it. We will also find out the attributes that what are the required dimensions are needed to be located under the logic account. First we will understand, we will define it, that what is logic account exactly. So a logic account is an account in your application like total assets or net income that you have designated for a specific purpose in data management. So we don't load data directly to these accounts. Instead, they act as a placeholders or a flex. So like we use them in a process called validations. This is where we create a rule to check for a specific condition. I can also give you some, examples for it so that you can understand the things. Like for instance, we might want to check if the total balance sheet account is zero after an intercompany elimination. We would create a validation rule that says if the value in the balance sheet account is not zero, flag it. The result of this check is stored in a logic account. What are the key benefit of it? So logic accounts allow us to capture and report on data exceptions without interfering with our actual data load. We can run a report on these accounts to see a list of all data load issues. So this is how it works. As for check group is concerned, so a check group is a collection of logic accounts. It's like a folder for your validation rules. A check group lets you bundle multiple related checks together and run them as a single process. For example, you could have a trial balance check, even the check group that contains all the logic accounts for validating your trial balance data. So this is how the check group done. What are the key benefits of it? So check groups streamline the validation process. You can run the check group and get a comprehensive view of all your data quality checks rather than running each validation loop individually. If we combined it both, so what would be the combined importance of it? So totally it is dependent upon the instant what is the profit as well as what are the logic accounts they are following. So like if here I want to go in the navigator flow, so if I will see the dimensions, you can see here the dimension. This is how each of the structures are segregated. If I will drill it down the all accounts, I will keep drilling down the balance sheet. I will find all the accounts and the members. Here you can see it. The cash member is here. Let me keep it on more concise way in a good structured way. So by using logic accounts and check groups together, you create a robust data governance framework. The system helps you proactively identify and fix data issues before they become a problem. Improve data accuracy and reliability, leading to better decision making, and streamline your data load process by automatic validation. It totally enhances the auditability by providing a clear record of data quality checks. So what is the script for it? So now setting the stage is a very crucial thing for us. Alright, let's see this in action. I will walk you through creating a simple validation check. We will check if specific account is less than 0, which might be an error for our business. So what we need to do, we will start with the first step. So here you will find out we are creating the logic account, and how we will route the run and run the validation. We will check it here. So logic accounts and check group. So these two things we have to learn, and what are the major uh, functions of it we will do. So first step, that is step first, what I have to do, it is creating the logic account. Creating the logic account. So first step, we have to create the logic account. What we have to do under it, first we need to create the logic account in our application. In the dimensions module, I will navigate to the account dimension. I will create a new member. Let's call it data check overdrafts, and I will place it under a specific hierarchy, maybe on a FCCS, no data parent, so it doesn't get confused with our actual accounts. This is a best practice to do. So what you are supposed to do, you have to create the logic account. So you will navigate to the account dimension and you will click it, the data check overdraft, for just the examples I am saying. Then how we will create the check group? The next step, step 2. Step 2, create a check group. So what we will do on it? So now let's create a check group in data management. So how you will create? Go to the workflow and just click on the data and load the workbench. I can mention the sub steps here so that it will be easy for you during the practice. In data management, in data management, in data management, go to the workflow, go to the workflow, and then click on the data load workbench. So what you're supposed to do, you have to click on the workflow and data load workbench. The second thing is click on the setup tab. Click on the setup tab, and then check group. Then I will create a new one, like call it as a name financial validation. Then you have to save it. So you can create your own name also, but for example I am taking it as in financial validation. Financials validations, and then just save the thing, save it. This is how the steps you have to follow. The next step is step third. Create the validation rule. Validation rule. Here you will create the validation rule. So what you will do here, next we'll link our logic account to a check group using a validation rule. In the data management menu, go to the workflow and validation. Click add. I will name this rule negative balance check. And then what you're supposed to do, you have to click on the add button, and I will select my newly created financial validations check group from the drop down. Now for the conditions, in the source section, I will select the cash account as the source member. My rule is if cash is less than the 0, then it is validation error. In the target section, I will select our logic account like data check overdrafts. I will set target value of 1. So why you are supposed to take the 1, we have the explanation for it. Listen it carefully. This means if the cash account is negative, the validation will write a 1 to R and data check overdrafts account. If we can then easily run a report on this logic accounts to see which entities failed the check. So first you have to link our logic account to the check group using validation. A subsystem, I can mention it. Link logic account, like the logic accounts, link the logic account to our check group, using a validation rule. This is how you will do these all steps. Then you have to click on that. To click on the add and give it a name. Some good name you can give it, like negative balance check. Now in the source section, select the cash account for the source number, and if cash is less than 0, then its validation would be error. So you have to mention the source and the target section. Mention source and target session. Mention source and target section. This is very much crucial steps that you're not supposed to forget, because it is very much mandatory to understand that how much target section is essential. If like now for the condition, if you will select the cash account as the source member, my rule is if cash is less than the 0, then it is a validation error. In the target session, what you have to do, you will select our logic account data check and just set it target value of 1. Then step 4, what you have to do, run the validation. So under the validation, what you're supposed to do, to run the validation, we go to our data load rule and click on the execute button. In the options, there will be a section for validation. You're supposed to select the financial validations check groups, and I will just run the load. After the load completes, I can check the validation report in the data load workbench. It will show me which entities have a value of 1 in our logic accounts, indicating a field check. So if I am going to give you the closing remarks, so what it would be. So as you can see, the logic accounts and the check groups are simple concepts that provide a powerful safety net, but they ensures the data you are loading is clean, accurate, and reliable. Incorporating them into your data load process is a critical step in maintaining a high quality PBCS application. So you can just understand how much logic account as well as the check loading is significant for the data load process. So you cannot ignore this concept. This is a very important concept. A short and a crisp concept is there, but very much important. So it was all about the logic accounts in check group. Thanks for watching.